answers to the questions are decent and noteworthy. Happy viewing.
Interesting. So we have one from Chukos or Kukos, C-U-K-O-S, and it is, how did the Voyager space probe cross the edge of the heliosphere if there is a barrier?
There was not a barrier up during the time that it crossed.
Right. When did the barrier form and what caused that to happen? Just to review, even though we've mentioned it before.
Right. That occurred, I believe, in December of this past year. 2014. 2014. And it was more than likely scheduled to happen anyway, but it occurred right after the
Space Shuttle
Cabal groups had fired
an
energy weapon at one of the spheres
of our universe
that was in far Earth orbit. It lit up the sphere with an Aikido principle, redirected their energy back at them and destroyed the base. And things seemed to escalate very quickly after that happened.
Sure. Is there a protocol of meditation that people could follow that would help them contact extraterrestrials?
Anyone can reach out with their mind. There are any number of ways to meditate, like we've talked before, even daydreaming, prayer, meditation, and all the different types of meditation themselves are getting your mind into that state. And when you broadcast your consciousness out, anyone can do it, but should you be doing it is the question that they should be asking. There are a lot of different beings that are sitting there waiting for people to reach out with their minds, to make contact with them. And most of them are deceptive. They have the ability to make you feel totally blissed out, make you feel love and light. They can manipulate your body to feel all kinds of things, and they can download all kinds of complicated, interesting information that is not necessarily accurate.
Well, Jacob, the other space program insider, told me that there was a particular extraterrestrial group from Alpha Centauri that they were calling the Centaurians, and that some kind of treaty had taken place where these Centaurians, who look essentially like people from Spain but albino, and they're very ripped, with kind of light-colored hair and very pale skin, were being allowed to start to mingle into our society. But he told me that if a Centaurian knew that you recognized that they were an extraterrestrial, that it was very dangerous, because they could then track you telepathically, and that could end up being very bad for you.
All these groups can track you telepathically. That's a lot of these people that are taking these little courses online and saying, I'm a remote viewer now, and try to remote view different bases and areas. They have people that are remote influencers that have technology enhancing them, working as groups that protect those places, and they can track you right back to your home, right back to your bed, and they can give you they can cause a lot of problems for you.
Are there Cabal honey traps online where they try to find people who are starting to wake up and lure them into something?
Yes.
How does that work? Some
of the places where you go to take personality tests, they trick you into taking tests that will tell more about yourself. Some of these dating sites kind of things that ask a whole lot of questions about you, they're all profiling you. Even some of these sites where you're doing study on your heritage information, there's a lot of these.
Or the alleged IQ test.
Yeah, and the IQ, all these types of tests. There are a whole lot of different little honeypot traps that they have to And then, of course, they look for people's internet traffic.
Will they be trolling forums like Above Top Secret and UFO, that kind of stuff, looking for people there?
Well, absolutely. And we'll talk at some point in length about how when I was working, I helped set up a data center with virtualized computers set up all over the world, where people would sit at desks with 6 monitors and pretend to be up to like a dozen different people, going into forums and different sites, arguing with themselves with IP addresses from different parts of the world, stirring up problems, finding people that were putting out information they didn't like, and attacking them and discrediting them and that kind of thing.
Let's end this on a positive note. Do you believe that we have a higher self?
Yes.
What about contacting the higher self? What would be an appropriate way to start seeking spiritual information?
First, you got to turn inward, start looking inward. You start working higher and higher up when you start meditating more, looking inward more at the bad things about yourself. You start trying to not only forgive yourself for those things and change them, forgive others. There's energy that's released, and you begin to expand, and you begin to work higher and higher and higher up the higher self, until self falls out of the equation and you just reach higher. And that's how you eventually, I believe, reach back to what people call source.
Very cool. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. So we'll see you in future episodes of Cosmic Disclosure. I'm your host, David Wilcock, and I thank you for watching.
The following issues will talk about the light body and preparation for ascension. Subscribe to the channel. And don't miss out on new releases. Take care of yourself.